Hey guys, Chris Fayte with Cheat the Game coming back at you today. We're going back into Just Cause 4, and I got some goodies for you there of what we're going to learn today based off a suggestion I had off the last video, and I thought it was a really great suggestion. He asked if we could look for grappling distance and to be able to grapple like clear across the map or whatever. And thanks to a good pal of mine, it goes by Kraisie. Here's his YouTube channel, a great game hacker. He's also on our Discord channel, and his hard work, I was able to find it, and I did get away to where you could find it also, which is what we're going over today. But it's because of his hard work that we were able to do this. I want to give him all the credit for. Also, if you look down in the description of this video, he has made his cheat table available. He's got a lot of great ones on there. He's got grappling, he's got the health and everything, so just go take a look at it. You can download his cheat table. I'm not offering mine at the moment because I'm still working on mine, but I do believe that he did state that his table has just recently been updated as well. So the link for that is down there in the description if you would like to have it. Everything I'm going over with Grapple today is actually on his cheat table, so make sure to go to his channel, click the subscribe button, and tell him Chris Fayte from Cheat the Game said hello and thank you for his hard work. Also, I want to throw a shout out to my good pal Sunbeam. I came across this tutorial he did earlier this month in regards to Just Cause 4, and him playing around in X64 debug, he actually found some console command codes. Even though we don't have a way to bring up the console command at the present, he was still able to get access via X64 debug, and he's just got a great cheat table as well as full instructions on how he went about finding this and how he was able to go ahead and get them to turn on and off. And it's just a great, well explained, with full of screenshots and everything on using X64 to get all this information. So for you intermediate to advanced, I really recommend going over to this page. I'm going to link it also in the description, and go give it a read and actually go through and try it, and you will really learn a lot. Sunbeam is, I consider him above and beyond. I put him at the elite level of game hacking. I mean, he just knows his stuff inside and out, and he gives a great tutorial on this, and you can really learn a lot. He's been really good at teaching me a lot of stuff, and I just want to go ahead and give him all the credit for this wonderful tutorial he placed on Fearless. So go give that a look. I promise you won't regret it. You will learn a lot. Thanks, Sunbeam. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring up the game, and we'll go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you a way that you can find grappling distance. It's a little bit tricky, but if you hang with me, I promise you'll get it, okay? So I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back, guys. Thank you for holding. If you remember where we left off last time, we left off in finding health. Well, after the vid, I went ahead and wrote out a script for health. So I want to get you caught up to speed on health. I told you I would, but I'm not going to really go through all the motions. I did find a location in memory where you do not have to compare out. However, it has not been tested throughout the game yet, so use that as a grain of salt. You still want to go out and compare out through the game, but mostly it's been working. Enemies have been dying, things have still been able to be destroyed, and it's for right now, it appears through the first third of the game that mostly just your guys going through this. Rico is only going through this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to memory view, and let's go to address right quick, because yours may be different if you got an updated version, but I want to show you how to find this area in memory. So what I need to do is just go ahead and turn this on so I can get the health address, and here it is right here. Now this is the address you're going to find when you go search for it. This is the current, and this will be the cap, and this will be, that's your health when you fall off a building or something like that. And that's a totally separate script. But for right now, just for health itself, what you want to do is you want to put the debugger on it. And I want to show you a couple of things right quick. So you see it going, you see everything that's reading to it and everything like that. And what you want to do is you want to try each one of these. Now, if you remember, this is a 2-byte, so it's writing a 2-byte value using the 16-bit version of the registry. So, and I also want to show you a couple of things. Let me go to this one right here. That may be it. I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and turn it off so I can go to it. Let's go back to the game just so there we go. Alright, so let's go to this one in memory. And I want you to see something. When you put the debugger on it, find out what accesses the address. Let's go to 2-byte. Sorry. You'll get a bunch of addresses like this. Now, you can just use that and just compare. You know that this is you right here. And you'll ask, what are these right here? Because there's really no enemies in this level yet. Well, these are all the things that you can blow up. These are all the little cargo pallets and you know, things that you can blow up. See, any items that you can destroy will also have a health value, but you'll have one as well. But if you keep searching, and I always recommend this, is go to different parts of memory, and I recommend going early in the memory also, and just take a look around, and you'll see that eventually that only your guy is going through one, and that's the one I put the code at right there. So when you see that no items or enemies are going through it, and not all games have that, but this one does, and you can put your cheat code there. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that, and you won't have to compare out, at least in the first part of the game. You may have to later, I don't know. So I think that's where I put my code. If not, yeah, okay, there's also another place that does the same thing. So, because that's a different part. But so you can see that there's several parts in memory where that you can do that. So just go give that a try, and you can just write you a simple little help script, and you'll see that the cap is actually located beside. Let's go to browse memory region and put it on 2-byte. Just right quick, just so you can see, because I did promise y'all this. If you can see right here, you'll get 3 800s, but actually the cap is right here, and here's the current. Okay, where this is AC, your cap will be at AA. So here's my cap and my current. So they're side by side, but the cap comes first, the current comes next. Not really sure what this is, but I hadn't really sat with it that much. Alright, now what I promised you, we're going to get on with the grapple. So, and thanks to Kraisie, the guy I mentioned to you earlier, he gave me a lot of good, useful info to help me kind of narrow down my searching a lot. Where the max distance is a constant, so you're not going to be able to search distance at all. So you remember what I told you in the past, that if we can't find the value, which through normal scanning, we got to go through other means. Sometimes we can use reference strings, but what I recommend first is, you know, the easiest thing to do is look for a related value, something that may be related to what you're looking for. Well, in this game we happen to have something that is related, and that's our little graphical effect of the grapple. You see that these two little hooks here? That lets you know that you can grapple to that location, and it will go all the way out to a float 80 and then stop. It won't go no further than where it'll allow you to grapple to. It'll just stop there. So what I do is I take the grapple effect off, that little grapple icon off, by just going up a little bit. Now it's no longer there, because you can't grapple in any of these places, and it only returns when you point it to a location you can grapple to. So we're going to use the graphic itself of that grapple to help us find what we want, and that'll be the distance. And also we'll find other things which I've already wrote down. The distance, real in max speed, the real in speed, the takeoff, that's how long it takes for him to actually do the maneuver, and the real acceleration, which all of those are really good to keep, especially when you're going a long distance. So that's what we're going to do, and what I want you to do is I want you to go to 4-byte, and we're going to look for that flag of the grapple effect, and to save you time, and that's what my job is to save you time. It's I think it's a 250 something and a 1, and that's what we're going to be looking for, but I don't remember which is which. So for right now, we're going to make the grapple effect appear, so we know it's showing, and we're going to go unknown value. Okay, Now I'm going to go up and make sure that it completely vanishes, completely gone, okay? And then we're going to go changed value. Like I say, I don't know if it's like 200 and something when it's appearing or when it's not appearing, so I'm not sure if it's going decreased or increased when I do that. So change value will show me both. So I'm having to do the loosest search possible. But once we figure out what those two values are, you can probably just go in there and do an exact or at least an increased or decreased, and that'll get you there quicker. But like I say, all we're really doing is looking for a related top value, and that's it. So let's go ahead and do that, and while it's not showing, I'm just going to go ahead and mash unchanged. And since I already know what the value is, I'm just going to go ahead and go value in between. I'm going to go in between 1 and I'm going to say 300. I know it don't go up to 300, so that's the flag we're looking for. So go next scan, and that'll weed them down. Look, we got about 68,000 left. That's good. Just keep hitting unchanged. That takes about over half of them. We're down to 25, 23. It's going down. So let's just keep going back and forth. Make the graphic appear. Change value. Unchanged, unchanged. Kind of move around, but don't let the graphic disappear on you. And keep hitting unchanged. Move the camera around to get rid of those top values as well. Anything unrelated. And you see we're down to about 1,000. About 1.5 thousand. Alright, so let's change it again. And then we're going to go changed. And we're about down to 331. That's a good number. And unchanged. They're all changing. Kind of go across the sky a little bit. And let's make it appear one more time. Changed. And we're down to 84. That's a good number. And I think I can pick it out from here. I know that there'll be 2 of them, I believe. But that's what you're looking for. That 257 when the graphic is available. That's the one you want. And I'll show you why in just a minute. I don't know if there's another one or not. I found another one earlier, but didn't seem to have really any effect whatsoever. And it will change to a 1 when the grapple is not active. You see it change to a 1. And then back to 257. So that's the one you want, and I'll show you why. Because I had to look for something where I could notice something happening. So when the effect is on, I'm going to freeze the value. Now the game is writing to just about all these values way faster than Cheat Engine is writing to it. So you really have to pay attention to make sure. When you're looking for these on your own and you don't know what you're looking for. I crashed my game a lot looking for this, so it took me a while. But take a look. You see how we see there's an effect. You see how it's blipping in and out and the grapple effect is still there until I completely take it off. And you see how it's still there. That's how we know we're in the right area. We're looking for any type of change or any type of blip or effect or anything. And this will help lead us to where we want to be. So what we're going to... Oh, sorry about that, guys. I wanted to reshoot this part again because I think I can do it a little bit better just to make it a little more understandable. I think I was going a little too fast. Let me... Okay. Alright, so what we did is we found the flag that does the grapple effect. We saw that grapple effect. If you can tell, right here... You see how it blips in and out, and that's what you're looking for, is something that blips in and out or any kind of change whatsoever. You see that it's affecting it a little bit. The game is actually writing to it faster than Cheat Engine, but that's what you want to look for. And when you're looking for other things and you're not sure what you're looking for anything that makes any type of change whatsoever. Sometimes you may see something, sometimes you may not. That's just the nature of the beast. But this is what we're looking for. We saw the graphical effect affected. So what we're going to do is we're going to browse the memory region. And I've already put it on float where I had it on 2 byte earlier. If you remember, we had it like this. And it brings us to our flag, 257. And you're going to change it to float. Reason being that most of your physics type values will be on a float because physics will want the programmers want to use a more decimal based system because they can be a lot more accurate and fluid with the physics of the game than you can with 4 byte. So alright, so now that we're here, we know that this is the address. This is its float form, which is just 0. So what I want you to take a look at is you'll see 2 80s right here. Now I don't remember which one it is, so you need to bring both of them down. And they may change places on you. I don't remember. But what we're going to do is we're going to do test scripts on both of them. There's only one that'll work for you. If you try to change them from their addresses, it won't work. So what you have to do is go put test scripts on them. And that's what we're going to need to do. But you can try it and see. So sometimes you run across this and you don't know. You could be finding the right address and didn't even realize it. If you think that you're in the right area, do something like this and you see how it's still affecting our blip, but it's making it bigger. You see that? That's what I noticed to realize that I may have found the distance. Plus with Kraisie's help, then I knew I found the distance. So that's what I was looking for. You see how it's making it bigger? So I know that one of these is our internal, but like I say, it won't stay at 8,000, so I don't know which one it is. I tried putting the thing on 1 and I didn't really notice any effect. So I tried the other one, bring that up to 8,000. And you may see the blip. Yeah. So you see how that's blipping a little bit, making it bigger. So that's the one I would try first, but it was still bringing it back to 8,000 and not letting me teleport out. So I wanted to run a test script. So I found out what is that accessing the address. And it's going to really run slow, so you're really not going to be able to do anything while the debugger is running. Because take a look, you see all that mess, and it's just going a mile a minute. So I happen to see up here we got 2 writing opcodes. One's writing a float value up here and directly, and one's using a registry, which is that's 80 in float. That ECX is 80 in float. So I don't know what it's writing here. I don't know my floats that well. But what I did is go here. I wanted to see what was moving that 80 into ECX. And everything. So I saw RAX and ECX, but I just wanted to make sure I knew I was in the right area, so I did a test script. So you do an auto assemble, just do a mock AOB injection script like that. I didn't label it or nothing, and I just took out ECX and I just put in my own float value of 8,000 like that. And like I say, I'm condensing into 30 minutes here, you know, about 3 to 4 hours worth of work. Okay, so, you know, these things take a lot longer. And then if you notice, now we got our, and take a look, you see our icon here is going a lot farther, places we couldn't go before. And when I put it up there, it's actually throwing the grapple to it. But, you know, he's not taking off or anything like that. So I know that we are definitely in the right area. So we know that I really can't use this script, but we know we do have the right address for distance. We just shot our grapple hook beyond what it was supposed to go. So we're going to go back to this area. And I wanted to see what was writing to ECX and making sure it wasn't a shared opcode as well. So we're going to put that on float and go back to the game, and good, only one address is going through it, and we see it's a different address than what our current is right there. So I played around with that, and when I did that, take a look, I put that up to 8,000 just to see. That is our constant, and it changed the one we needed up here, so I can get rid of this address. So I know that this distance is my real distance. It is like my cap. It is what is affecting all other values that would be holding the distance. So now take a look when I pull the grapple hook. You take a look. It might take a minute or two. Boom. I'm not going to go all the way over there because the game will unload on me. But you get the idea. And I want to test it around just the local area. And take a look. I mean, we're just going all over the place. all the way to the wall. So it does look like we have found the distance.
Can you get over it?
And take a look, we can go all the way up here. See, before, when we was only 80, we could only go to, take a look, it's gone. We could only go to about right here. No way we could go up there. You mash it, nothing. But when we put it back up, boom. Now he is taking a long time to go there, and this is where my pal also came into. Oops, need to head back before game closes on me. Well, we'll just restart it. It's alright. That's alright, we'll restart it, but we know that we're in the right place and we know that we can find it again. But that's okay, so good. So now we have a location where we can do an injection copy. So that's what we're going to do, and we're also going to look up other values, as I showed you earlier. This is what my friend found, Kraisie. He found these offsets. This is the RAX offset of 0. That's your distance. And then we have the real in and max speed, the real in speed, the takeoff, and the real acceleration. That takeoff, it just keeps him from just standing there and just go automatically quicker. So let's go back to the game, and we'll have to find that location again. But let's go ahead and write our injection copy script where it always finds our address, our cat force here. So we're just going to put up here Grapple, so we know what this script is doing. Grapple 1. And let's go ahead and put in the label. And I'm just going to put in grap. Just something quick and easy. Register symbol, because we are going to be using it outside of the script. And make sure to unregister it. And that's good. We don't have to use any compares. We know that only our grapple cap is going through that, so we're good to go. And down here, remember this is a 64-bit game, so we're going to define a quad word 0, okay, per 64-bit game. And we're going to move into our symbol the base address of RAX. Now remember, with the brackets around it, that would be the value at that address. Without the brackets, it means we just want the address. So that's moving the address into there, not the value. Matter of fact, you cannot move a value into a value anyway. You have to borrow a registry to do that. So good rule of thumb there. So that should give us our distance automatically. Let's take a look and see what I screwed up. Error in line 22. Oh, I put grab, I'm sorry. Grap, there. Alright, so we can go ahead and label this, and we'll grapple, look up. And we can get rid of these addresses. They're no longer valid anyway, so they're not going to help us, because the addresses have changed. And there we go. Remember to save your work as soon as you do it, just so you'll have it in case of a crash or something like that. We're going to go ahead and turn it on, and we know there is no offset for the distance, so all we need is the symbol name in between its bracket. Grap, just like that. That's all you need. Make sure it's on float, and we're going to put grapple distance, and let's put it underneath there. You can just label it as distance if you want to, and let's see if it finds it.
The road is walled off.
Can you get over it?
Okay, I don't know why it's not finding it. Oh, there it went. And it's still at 8,000, so we're good. Okay. So let's go ahead and put that back down to 80 just for the time being. And what I want you to do is I'll also leave this information, and this is thanks to Kraisie also. It's also on his cheat table. Please go download it. And he's given permission for you guys to have it. Alright, so the reeling speed will be at offset 28 and 30 and 6C and 38, and you can go take a look at these in the dissect data, and there are other values in there that affect grapple as well. I don't know what everything does, but those are the 4 that I think are the most useful for what I was wanting anyway. You can actually, as long as your code is on, is use the I don't know why I keep putting grab. You can actually use the symbol name and it'll give you the base address. So go ahead and define new structure, and here is all our values, and most of these are just dealing with the grapple. I mean, you got all kind of physics values with the grapple, but these are the most important. Is 28, 30, 6C, and 38, and I'll show you. Let's see. So 28, 30, and down here it's 6C and 38. Those are ones. You can also experiment with the others. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy and just Control V, Control V, Control V, and Control V. And I'll just go plug in those offsets, and then I'll show you when we go play around with them. 28, 30, 6C, 38. Okay, so you just put plus 28, and what was that? That was the really max speed. So now we have that, and the next one is, let's get this out of the way. The next one is just the regular reel-in speed, and that'll be 30. But I'm not going to show this. I'm going to go ahead and label this. I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here, and I'll be right back with you after I've got these labeled. You know what I'm doing. It'll be down there in the description. Go copy and paste it, and you can put in your injection copy as well and have all these attributes. Okay, now that I got all these labeled and all the offsets in there, the one thing I changed first of all was the takeoff. You remember when I pushed it to, I put this back on 80. Let me put it back on 8,000. Now to go a long distance and everything, like up here. Now the closer you are, the quicker he'll take off, but if you're like a long way off the map, he'll just stand there for a little bit. And see how he just kind of stands there for a second? And the longer you go, the longer it takes for him to take off. So I put that up to a few thousand. I'd say about, I don't know, it's 450 now, so I put that up to 3,000. And the reeling speed, you see how long that was taking, so I'll put that up to 3,000 as well. Now let's take a look at it and see how much faster he's going. Should have done this on another part because it keeps knocking me off. But anyway, you get the idea, and you can go play around with these other values, and this will give you what you need. So that's how you find it, and this was a very extremely hard value to find. It took me hours, and plus without Kraisie's help, I doubt I'd have been able to find it. So, or because I went through a lot of cussing because, you know, trying to look up flag values, you crash your game a lot, and believe me, it's very frustrating. But thank you, Kraisie. I really appreciate it, pal. You really came through, and make sure you go over to his channel. All links are down in the description. Great game hacker, and go show him a little bit of a thank you, and go subscribe to his channel, and hopefully he'll come out with some more stuff soon, and we can get his channel up and going too, and he can teach you a lot of good stuff too. All right, guys. I just want to go ahead and thank my partners right quick. Thank you all so much for continuing to contribute to Cheat the Game. Without you guys, Cheat the Game would not exist. So all that are donating and contributing every month, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. That's the reason I'm able to keep doing this. And I really, really appreciate it. And if you wish to get on board with it also, they get freebies just about every month. And I make it worth their while to be a partner and everything. And you know, the more donations we get, the more I got time to do videos. I mean, it really helps me out. And hopefully we can get to a point where I can just make videos all the time. I'd enjoy that. I'll hack every game I can get my hands on. But anyway, but I got to run, guys. I hope this helps you, and we'll pick up some other stuff later as well. Go check out Sunbeam's tutorial also if you're intermediate to advanced. It's really good gold information there. Great job for Sunbeam, so I really appreciate that. Alright guys, I'm out of here. You all take care. Keep on hacking. Most importantly, please enjoy yourself. That's really what it's all about. You cheat the game, fellas, because believe me, it doesn't mind cheating you. You all take care now.